213 London derby between Arsenal and Chelsea ended in a stalemate. It was a match that brought a lot of anxiety, a lot of tension, especially with Arsenal getting into the match with having recognized two central defenders, Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. And Arsenal going into this match were supposed to consolidate their lead in the summit by ensuring that they got a victory. But no, Chelsea, they're very good at playing as underdogs, especially when you recall how they traversed against PSG in the Club World Cup, how they traversed against Liverpool, beating them with 10 men. So Arsenal went into this match with a lot of expectations, but the fans knew that having toppled Bayern Munich during the week, that Arsenal were truly going to be at their best. But no, on this edition of the game, Arsenal were second best at everything that they did, and that took the shine off Arsenal. And Chelsea actually came with a game plan. This is my point of view. On the 213th London derby between Arsenal and Chelsea, Chelsea came into this game with a lot of grit, with a lot of energy, a lot of bustling tackles, a lot of shows. Everything, they brought everything as their game plan to unsettle the Arsenal players. And Arsenal could not get out of their group, especially when their more playing defenders were not playing. And Maresca was nervy in this game. He gave David Raya almost 20 back passes, which showed that he wasn't confident in bringing the ball forward. Hincapié almost gave Pedro a bonanza when he made a mistake in front of the box. But somehow they were able to correct that malady. Going forward, Arsenal were not at their best. But Chelsea, Enzo's Maresca came up with an A-game plan that almost worked out for them, even though both sides were playing the 4-3-2-1 formation, which means that a team with a committer error is the one that is going to lose. Arsenal were the first to show the committer error by losing Chalobah, and Chalobah scored. And the next thing, before Arsenal came back into the group with Bukayo Saka nailing that cross for Mikel Merino to head in. And on this day, give it to Sanchez of Chelsea. He was at his best, because on a good day, Arsenal would have scored a lot of goals, but somehow he was at his best. He did everything good to nullify all the set pieces. Arsenal would have scored from corner kick, as they call us corner kick FC. But somehow in this game, 4 guys were responsible for Arsenal not being at their best. Piero Hincapié, Christian Mosquera, Bukayo Saka were not at their best, even though Hincapié came back to play better in the second half. And Arsenal need to learn how to play without Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes going forward if they truly know they want to win something formidable this season. Because the way the injuries are coming in quick succession is something that gives us a lot of concern. Because one player gets out of the treatment room, another gets back. So we need to really look at what they're not doing correctly, especially in this Christmas season. This is the time that you title contenders need to need victories, need to accumulate points in order to win. Going forward, Arsenal need to be very smart in the final third. Too many lethargic passes in the final third also is costing us a lot of opportunities. Because today, if Victor Gyökeres had called on Timber would have allowed him to hit that ball rather than Timber going for an area duel which he lost and they fluffed their lines. Going forward, Arsenal need to learn how to be formidable. They must be good, play with a lot of more determination. The one thing that we're realizing in this match is that in the time past, these are matches that Arsenal would have just lost so easily. But Arsenal were able to hold on firm, they were able to hold their grit, they were able to hold their balance, despite not being at their very best in this game. We also observe that the naysayers in the banter zone, all of them want Arsenal to lose. They were all rooting. People from Chelsea, people from Liverpool, people from Spurs, they just simply want Arsenal to lose. So Arsenal was basically playing against the entire world. Anyways, another thing that I saw was the way Taylor was issuing yellow cards to Arsenal players like cherry cookies. At the point, I was like, what is happening? The same tackles committed by Chelsea players is being overlooked. And when Arsenal players commit the same tackle, he issues a yellow card. And the most interesting one for me on the day was the heart-bustling, career-tackling tackle on Mikel Merino. What Taylor did was to issue a yellow card thank goodness that the VAR asked him to go and have a look again. And somebody online said that was a gentle stamp. A gentle stamp? No, that was never a gentle stamp. Everyone that knows Moses Caicedo knows he's a hard bustling, hard tackling player. So that was never, whether you slow the video down or you move it faster, it is still the same energy. But my surprise is Taylor. It happened right in his presence and he's issuing a yellow card for that. That should have been a matching order without even going to VAR. But it is what it is. The PGMOL, you can never trust them. But on this day, give them their flowers because the VAR was able to intervene. I want to give kudos to Enzo Maresca, who appears to have learned how to play with one-man shutdown and playing with a lot of determination, going forward, unfazed, never scared, but Arsenal were truly scared. So I would say we're barely lucky to have held on to secure a draw because we were not at our best. And it is not every day that this is going to be happening. So for us going forward, if we need to win something remarkable this season, we need to ensure that we don't get our eyes off on anything. First balls should be our duels. We must win every first ball. And in the final third, we must be smart in taking shots and take our opponents on our way. This is my point of view. Please don't forget to follow us, to share, to make your comments count, and let us know if your point of view is contrary to mine. Until then, it is my point of view.